Hey, g'day everybody, it's Matt here from Matt Carves. So today we're going to have a look at the female face. Haven't tackled this for a while, but we're going to have a look at just the eyes, nose and mouth, and kind of like the problems that you're going to come across if you've been busy carving those male wood spirits. And now you thought, I'm going to carve a female's face. You're going to come across a few problems. So we've been carving the male face for quite a long time now, and now it comes to carving the female face. We need to forget some things about carving faces because our muscle memory is going to make the female face look a little bit male if we sort of like don't think about it as we move through the carving. So I'm only going to concentrate on a few things today. I'm not going to go into real details, but I'm just going to have a look at the eyes and the nose and the mouth. Now get yourself some reference materials. I can't sort of like stress this enough. Really important, especially when you're going from a male's face carving all the time to trying to carve a female's face. It's just to try and get you to continually look at the differences between the two. Okay, so that's the carving that we are going to carve today. So that's the finished carving on the left hand side, just so you kind of got a reference of what we're aiming at. Now, when it comes to carving the female face, the process is the same. So you carve the nose first, and I'm putting in the forehead there as well. So the process is the same, but the dimensions really are different between the two. And you're not going to be adding a beard, of course. And what I do with the nose is you can sort of see me there. I'm kind of putting it in. This is sort of like the same method as the male face, but female noses can be straight, but I like to put in a little bit of a ski jump. So I'll make it straight at the start and then gradually put in that ski jump kind of thing. So you can sort of see it there on the left hand side. And you also want to take that brow line sort of like just above the nose as it goes into the forehead. You want to smooth that out so it's just sort of like going or kind of like a shallow dip, as opposed to on a male carving we've kind of got that kind of brutal drop off. Now you can sort of see the profile is quite nice there, so I'm pretty happy with that at the moment. I can always change it as I go along, and the length of the nose on a female tends to be a little bit shorter as well. Now once I'm happy with that profile, well, I can always change it a little bit later, but once I'm reasonably happy with the profile, I sort of sketch in the nose, and female noses are more delicate than wood spirit noses. So you need to make it a little bit thinner, but sort of make it a little bit wider as we sort of mark it out, and then we can sort of like thin it down as we go along. And also what you want at the bottom of the nose, or the base of the nose where the nostrils are, you kind of want that a little bit upturned. It sort of just makes it a little bit more feminine. Now with the eyebrow ridges, you kind of want not to go straight across like a male wood spirit or a male carving. What you want to do is, well, this is the way I do it anyway. I kind of do a nice kind of soft going up and mellowing it out. You really want to keep things when you're carving female faces quite subtle and smooth. That's what I do anyway for carving these types of female faces. If you're carving an older lady, you might make it a little bit more wrinkled, but I think making everything kind of smooth makes it have a more of a feminine kind of look. And what I like to do with the eyes is I like to keep it quite shallow, so sort of like on your male wood carvings, those wood spirits, you kind of sink the eyes really into it, and you kind of have quite a deep kind of cut sort of just above the eyelids. Well, I like to keep it quite smooth, quite shallow with the female eyes. Now I haven't actually carved a female face in quite a long time, so I'm sort of like learning at this stage as well. So I don't want to give you too many details at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of like go into carving female faces a little bit more in the future, just so you everyone kind of asks, how do you carve a female face? And so this video, I'm trying to get used to carving the female face, and then I'll try and work out a best way of actually learning how to do it for yourself. But we're just sort of like covering the basics in this little video here. Now we're going to go into carving the lips now, and you can sort of see me there underneath the nose. I'm trying to make a sort of like, the middle part is the highest part, and then it falls away onto the face. And a lot of people, what the problem is they'll make it flat there, so the lips are going to be sitting on a flat plane, which kind of looks a little bit weird. So we've got to really concentrate on making the lips sort of like wrap around the face almost. And here I am, I'm putting in sort of like the details of the mouth now, sort of like that above part there. So you can just sort of see me there. And it's actually sort of like carving away, not even on the lips, that sometimes forms the lips. And so we can sort of see it's almost even formed there by that kind of like carving just above it. So I'm just penciling in there. Now I'm going to take away some material from the bottom of the lips. The bottom lip usually is a little bit further back than the top lip. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to mark in the top lip, and then we'll put a sort of like a cut through that lip, and then we'll round off the lips going into that area. And then essentially it's just sort of like shaping it. It does take quite a while to get your head around how the lips actually form, but like I was saying before, what we will do is getting this video out the way, trying to figure out how to teach you how to carve female faces, and then I will go back. I might sort of like do the eyes, and then the nose, and then the lips, and so you sort of start to understand. And also one on proportions as well. This is sort of like just the what's coming up. I didn't actually end up carving sort of like the outside of the face on this one. I quite liked how it just sort of like sat in the wood, so I thought I would just smooth everything off at the end. Okay, so I hope that helps out with carving a female face. As I said before, we're going to do more videos in the future, sort of maybe one on eyes, one on the nose, one on the mouth, one on the facial kind of proportions and all of those kind of things. So stay tuned for those, hit the like and subscribe, and check out my affiliate links in the description. Okay, well, we'll see you in the next video. Over and out. Bye, everybody.